Welcome, welcome, Divine Feminine. Thank you for joining us here today at the Conduits for a special reading. Why is it a special reading? Because it's your reading, Divine Feminine. You guys know you're my favorites. You guys know this is my favorite reading of the week. Mainly because you guys are spiritual badasses, and I've worked with enough of you to know that anyone who's gone through the dark night of the soul and embarked upon the twin flame journey has to be a spiritual badass. You don't qualify if you're not. So you're here for a reason, and it's my job to help facilitate that process with you in any way that I can. So we're going to start out today with your current situation, Divine Feminine. What is your current situation? What do you got going on? It looks, Divine Feminine, like in recent past and in your current situation, leading up to right now, you've kind of had an energy of stagnancy. Like you feel like you're not moving forward. This can be a reoccurring kind of oscillating feeling that you get throughout your journey. But rest assured that that is actually not the case. It might feel that way, and your mind might be telling you things like, oh, you're not doing this right, or you haven't made enough progress, or, things should be showing up differently now than they are, and it's making you feel like you're not progressing. But the truth is you're always progressing, regardless of what's happening in the external world. You cannot unknow what you know from having embarked on this journey, so you are constantly progressing. There is no such thing as a wasted moment in time. All of these moments that we have are a gift. We're in the constant now moment. Time really is actually an illusion, but that's a whole nother philosophical debate. What we're talking about right now is the fact that you are progressing even when you feel like you're not. So just kind of watch those thoughts. Recognize that even though you're having those thoughts or those feelings, that's just more programming that's kind of surfacing in the moment to show you that it's there. You are going through an awakening process, and things are showing up for you along this path exactly as they're meant to. So trusting this journey is an extraordinarily important part of the process. And even in moments of what the mind would judge as stagnant moments, you are still on an ascension path. And how do I word this? Even in the moments where things feel like they're like on fire and things are like going and, happening so quickly or at a rapid rate and it feels exciting, or even when you feel really, really, really down, it doesn't mean that you're progressing any faster than you are, even in those moments of what feels like being stagnant. Sometimes the mind judges moments of peace as stagnancy, and that's not the case. So recognize that every moment is meaningful, valuable, and important on your path. And then just let it be. So what kinds of challenges are you facing, Divine Feminine? What are the challenges that life is bringing in your direction? All right, we have another 6. So we have 6 of Swords here, and now we've got 6 of Cups, which is going to cross right over that. And the challenges that you're facing, which might be why you're feeling stagnant, is that you're having a lot of like ruminating thoughts in the past. You're bringing up a lot of past stuff. Your mind is constantly showing you things in the past, that are causing you a degree of suffering. And what's interesting about it is that some of these thoughts are thoughts of really great moments in your past. And some of these thoughts are thoughts of regrets and things that you feel bad about. But either way, whether you're looking at something that you would consider positive from your past or negative from your past, you're actually having a negative experience of it because it's you're drawing pain from it. So everything you're looking at in the past, you're putting this sort of filter over it of, like even a happy time of, now I don't have that anymore and that's gone now and I wish that I still had it, or, if I could just go back in time and like change this one thing or relive this moment, things were so much better then than they are now. It's kind of like it's ruining even your good moments. And it's part of the ego's way of trying to remain in control and to trying to cling on to the life that it has by drawing your energy and attention. That's what your ego feeds off of, is your attention and your energy. And it can't live without it. If you don't give your egoic perspectives and thoughts, your energy, which is your attention, then it doesn't exist. So it's doing these things to try to keep your attention and your focus on what it's presenting to you, and it's making it an emotionally charged thing, which is just making you give more and more attention to it, and that keeps the ego in a place of control. And you are overcoming the ego. That's what's happening in an ego death, is your ego is dying. So it's trying to remain and cling on to like what little bits of life it still has, but it is fizzling out. It is absolutely fizzling out. And you can stop that from happening by just redirecting your thoughts to the present moment over and over and over again. Just bringing your thoughts back to the present moment. Taking your thoughts to a place of gratitude, of what you feel happy about. These are ways to balance yourself back out from, those egoic traps that your mind can sometimes lay for you. What do you need to focus on, Divine Feminine? Focus on the things that you want, the outcomes in life that you want. And then just believe and know that those options, those moments are already yours. If you can imagine it and you can feel it as if it's happening right now, it has to show up in your reality. Ignore all the evidence of everything that's happening right now and everything that's happened in the past. And instead, be in that place of knowing that you are a creator. What's happening right now is evidence of old beliefs and energy that are just manifesting now. Like the currency has been turned in and now it's showing up. So if you can take your energy right now and align it with what you want in the future, regardless of what you see as evidence right now, you're spending your current moment, your currency in moment right now, on building the future that you want. So don't build more of what you don't want by focusing on that and believing that that's all you get and that's all you can acquire. And instead, use your beautiful imagination, align with what it is that you want, and you can create that instead and have that show up in your now moments going forward. That's manifestation. That's law of attraction. That's law of assumption. Practice these things in your current moment. Stay present and practice focusing your currency, your current moment, on what you actually want to have manifest. And it has to show up. It has to. It's the law. All right. What is in your past and what are you leaving behind? You are in a place right now where you're not waiting for things to just happen anymore. You're taking the reins and you are putting like action steps towards actually manifesting what you want in your life. You're reaching your goals. You're tired of kind of sitting on the sidelines, and you're not doing it anymore. You've really abandoned all kind of victim mentality patterns so that you can really hone in on the bullseye and bring into your reality what you actually want to experience. It's your Garden of Eden, and you get to create what you want. It's a gift that's been given to you by the Creator who created you in his image or her image, whatever you want to believe. But you've been created in the Creator's image by the Creator to be a creator. And you're here in creation school, learning how to wield duality to your satisfaction. How do you do that? You overcome duality. You collapse the paradox. You make the two become one. Strengths, Divine Feminine. Strengths. You have an ability to really put things into a perspective. Like I'm going to start over. You are really mastering the ability to transmute energy. Like you're mastering inner alchemy. You are starting through personal experience, personal revelation, through your connection to the divine, and through actionable steps in the physical plane, on the physical plane. You are learning how to transmute energy, redirect it, and bring into reality what you desire. This is a phenomenal gift. It is something that everyone has the ability to tap into, but few actually do. Because few are willing to sacrifice what it takes to get there. And few are able to bypass, sidestep, or step over distractions and obstacles that are on your path toward what it is that you want. So you're doing something that has only been achieved by a percentage of humanity. Again, it's there for everyone, but not everyone's willing to take the steps. Not everyone's really willing to seek it. But you are, Divine Feminine. You are, which is why you're on this path, which is why all these things are happening to you. You've made the choice. Somewhere inside of you, you said yes. You know, when God or the universe called, you answered the call. You did it. Near future, Divine Feminine. What can you expect in your near future? In your near future, Divine Feminine, you're gonna be facing some of those obstacles. You're gonna experience certain kinds of rejection. You're gonna feel like triggers are gonna come up for you. But that's not a bad thing if you understand why these things are happening. In order to build what we want, we have to let go of all the ties and vibrational frequencies that we hold within, which is perceptions and belief systems. We have to let go of all of the ones that are not in alignment with our soul's desire, our soul's destiny. There's a big difference between ego and soul, right? Ego has desire, but your soul has desire. And a lot of times those things are not aligned. which is why it's so important for us to go through this purging period of the dark night of the soul, so that we can have that egoic death, die to the old and be reborn into the new. And then we can consciously align ourselves with what we want. We can get rid of the old energy. We can alchemize it, transmute it. That's what you've been learning how to do. You're taking the old and you're transmuting it. You're taking the lead and turning it into gold. And that's not for the faint of heart. That's not an easy process to go through. It's really not. I mean, just like anything else, on the other side of it, you might look back and go, well, that wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, or that wasn't as hard as I was making it out to be, is probably more an accurate description. It's not really you that's making it hard. It's the ego, because it's wrestling with you. It wants to remain in control. It wants to have that power. It wants to usurp your throne. And you are not having it. You have everything it takes. All of the keys are hidden within you. All you got to do is knock, and the door will be opened. Advice, Divine Feminine. Advice from Source. Advice from Spirit. Advice from God. Advice from the universe. Knight of Pentacles. Be what you want to experience. Be what you want to receive. You have to be the frequency of what you desire to attract into you. You have to be that. The universe is set up like this beautiful mirror to show us what we really are at the deepest levels, those unconscious levels. So let your conscious and your unconscious merge properly, and you consciously recognize and realize what you are. Step into your power, and then you tell the subconscious mind what you want, and the subconscious will bring it to you. So be the change that you want to see. Align vibrationally with what you want to attract. If you want honest people, you gotta be an honest person. If you want to be around joyful people, you have to be a joyful person. And if you're not joyful, you gotta look at all of the thoughts and all of the preconditioned ideas and, triggers and, energies that you're holding on to that are keeping you out of alignment with what it is that you're seeking. None of it's bad, right? The universe is going to keep giving you what you need to evolve in order to align you with what you want to create. It's all a gift. It's all a gift. None of it's a mistake. Guilt, shame, remorse, all of those things don't serve you well. It's just a distraction to keep you in the place of feeling like you can't. But the truth is just you can. All you got to do is say yes. The place, the heavens, the Eden, it's already been there and created for you. It's just waiting for you to feel worthy of it. The only thing that keeps you from it is your own belief that you're not worthy of it right now. You're not what you are and what you've done. And you're not what you will be or become. You already are that which you seek. That pearl of great price is already within you. You're amazing, Divine Feminine. You just got to wake up to that reality, that fact, and say yes. There's no place like home. This matrix has no power over you. Environment, Divine Feminine. You are coming full circle, okay? And unfinished lessons are finishing. Everything's starting to click into place. you're starting to get it. What seemed like fragmented experiences, thoughts, beliefs, and so on and so forth, they're all coming together like the broken crystals of a shard being restored, each one in its place. So that the light is no longer bent. And you're just shining brightly in the truth of who you are. That'll make sense to some of you, and for others, maybe not yet, but it's okay. In time, it will. In time, it will. Because all is revealed to those that are looking, because those that are looking have realized that there's something to look for. You're one of those. You're one of those. There are those that can see. There are those that can see when they are shown. And then there are those that cannot see. Which one are you? I suspect I know the answer to that already, but do you? Hopes and fears, Divine Feminine. Hopes and fears. You have fears that, now remember, hopes are always the opposite of this. Whatever you fear, you have the hope to overcome, right? And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But what it is that you're fearing is that you have fears that, old experiences, old disagreements, old past mistakes, old relationships, things that have happened to you that were traumatic. You're afraid of those things either messing up your now moment, messing up your future, or reoccurring again at some point in time. You have a lot of fear about those things, and that's natural. You get hurt by something. Naturally, your body wants to protect you, and your mind and your soul wants to protect you from it happening again, right? But sometimes we hold on to it so deeply that it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. We create what we don't want because we put so much focus and attention on it. That fear controls us and rules over us. It feeds off of our energy. So how do we overcome that? We have to recognize like our relationship as a soul to the material world of form around us. And then when we do that, we can tap in and tune into how we can wield those powers that we've been given from within in order to change it. We've all been creating unconsciously our entire lives. Again, the universe gives us what we need to evolve in order to align us with what we want to create. And so, but we're creating along the way the entire time. All of it's happening for you, not to you. It's all for your highest good. Both the dark and the light, each side of the coin, they're valuable. If I have a coin, it's valuable regardless of whether it lands heads up or tails up. It's still the same value. Your hope is that it'll click and that you'll get it and that you won't have to go through these things anymore, that you can overcome these things. Hopes and fears are a polarized energy of one thing. Collapse the paradox, collapse the paradigm, recognize that the two are one actually, and that fear is just an illusion. You need nothing because you already have everything. It's beautiful. Nothing can be given to you and nothing can be taken away. It's already given to you, but you have to seek first the kingdom within. And you've already answered the call, Divine Feminine. You wouldn't be here reading these for these readings. You wouldn't be here listening to them. And if the question exists within you, the answer is coming. Just be patient. Know it's coming. Pay attention to the synchronicities. It's how God speaks to you. Potential outcome. you are going to blast through every road obstacle and every barrier that whatever it is puts in your way. You're going to say no to it, and you're going to know, and you're going to see above it. You're going to be so creative in the ways that you sway and dodge and move through space and time as a master. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to dance your way through with grace and charm, and you're going to know exactly how to handle yourself. Because that's who you are. That's what you are. And it's your destiny. It's your birthright. And you're saying yes to it. I can hear it in your voice. I can hear it in your head. I can hear it in your soul. I can hear it in your energy. I can feel it. All right, Divine Feminine, your numerology number for today is 9, 6, and 3. 3, 6, 9. Right there, 3, 6, 9. The Om. Tesla said that if you can understand the power of the 3, 6, and 9, you can understand the powers of the universe. Divine Feminine. So many keys. This is an amazing reading for you today. Like, I'm pretty sure this is the best, hands down, that I've ever done. I hope you guys see it and resonate with it. Beyond the 3, 6, and the 9, we have 36 or 63. But I like the 3, 6, and the 9. I think that's pretty freaking phenomenal. 3, 6, and together they create 9. Number 9, number 9, number 9. That's beautiful. Divine Feminine. That is such a good sign for you. We're going to go with the star codes today. The star codes, the Astro Oracle. Let's get you a card and see what it says. I'm going to use these. Oh, look, Gemini. That's me right at the bottom of the deck. For those Geminis that are out there right now, my fellow twins. I'm a twin. You're a twin. There's lots of forms of twins, but I am a Gemini. Gemini is the sign of the twins. All right. Let's see here. Right. South Node and the 8th house. They came out together, so let's just look at them. Yesterday I got 2 cards too. That doesn't always happen. That's 2 days in a row. And if you look at it, like 2 cards today, 2 cards yesterday for the Oracle cards, that's 11-11, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, that's 11-11. Twins. And Gemini at the bottom of the deck. That's pretty freaking cool. And yesterday on the reading for Divine Masculine, I just so happened to put that symbol on the thumbnail. Synchronicities. I love them. All right, so let's take a look here. We're going to look at South Node first. 33. I love 33. 33 is a good number. I am 33. All right. I don't have my glasses, so hopefully I'll be able to read this without any issues. Forgive me if I mess it up, okay? The South Node describes what you bring along from the past, from your past lives. Your skills, proclivities. Okay, I can't do this. I've got to get my glasses. Sorry, I'm an old lady and I need them. 1 sec. All right, I got them. This is going to go a lot more smoothly. South Node is the past. We did talk about that a little bit in the reading, so let's see what this says. The South Node describes what you bring along from past lives, your skills, proclivities, addictions, weaknesses, unfinished business, and a physical place within your body where you may hold tension or ancient karmic stories. The lunar modes are the points on the zodiac where the moon's orbit crosses the ecliptic. When the moon, sun, and earth exactly line up here, a shadow mysteriously covers the sun or moon and creates an eclipse. The ancients thought a giant creature cast those shadows and referred to the nodes as the head and tail of a dragon. Where the moon descended toward the south is the dragon's tail. Action. This situation has its roots in some past karmic pattern, the origins of which are not clear. You either need to apply skills that you were born with or look again at old problems and work to heal them. The situation feels hauntingly familiar, but without a story to go with it, echoing traces from another time or life, an old love or familiar enemy may return, or the patterns involved could remind you of an earlier difficult chapter. If someone triggers your South Node, you may feel like you owe them or they owe you, and while that may be true, this accounting won't help now. Cleanly deal with what is on the table and stay in the present moment. Learn new ways to respond, new skills that help when old trauma is triggered or old cravings sing their siren song. Break that spell. Use breathing techniques, investigate dialectical behavior therapy, or do something unexpected just to break those patterns and give you more options here and now. Stay focused on a healthy future of your own making. Challenge. Under stress, you may fall back on familiar defenses and relive what you've always lived. PTSD, flashbacks, and addictive habits or relationships all operate around your South Node. Sounds like what your hopes and fears were, Divine Feminine. Gift. Use this opportunity to heal triggers and patterns from the past. Take them as teaching moments and learn. Then your hard-earned skills and wisdom can help you build your future. This completely embodies this reading. And it's got some other interesting things in here that I find to be quite synchronistic. I'm just going to show something right here where it talks about the ancients thought a giant creature cast those shadows and referred to the nodes as the head and tail of a dragon. Where the moon descended toward the south is the dragon's tail. You see that little symbol right there? Right there. That might be significant to someone or some of you. I think this is telling you, Divine Feminine, not to worry about your fears, but instead take them and apply these transmutation teachings and experiences and knowledge that you have combined together to create wisdom within, and learn from these things, transmute them, alchemize them, turn them from lead to gold to keep you going in the direction of creating the future that you want. When you get there, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you because you are that force within. You are the force. You already are the force. It's just letting go of the illusion, the fear, the veil that's tricked you into not remembering who you are. And if you're not sure about these things in the reading, do a little digging so that all confusion cease. 8th house mystery. 8th house, also very interesting synchronicity. At least for me. If your chart were a village map, the 8th house would be on the corner of the red light district next to a mortuary and a savings and loan bank. It is a private house where we deal with things we don't talk about in public: sex, death, debts, loans, psychic phenomenon. Here we deal with other people's resources and how they are exchanged: money, bodies, thoughts and work and how we inherit goods and attitudes. This house can feel uncomfortable, but it's a place where we can transform. Action. Assess the power dynamics between you and other people around important resources like sex, money, and inheritances. Notice if a relative or boss withholds money until you behave, or if you or a lover withholds sex until until some other need is met. Just get clear on your own mind if anyone is pulling strings and trying to heal dysfunctional dynamics with clear and healthy boundaries. Seduce honestly. Not all strange sexual dynamics or unusual financial arrangements are a problem. If you understand your peculiarities and don't feel coerced or controlled by them, they are just part of who you are. Financial investors and advisors, consultants, ministers, lovers, intuitives, brain trusts, auctioneers, and investigators all work with the 8th house of affairs. And if they work with integrity, do so productively. Develop your 2nd house resources, your own money, sense of worth, and body confidence to strengthen your freedom and bargaining power and operate in this realm with grace. Engage the resources handed to you, but make your own judgment calls. The 8th house calls for one last freedom, to acknowledge that death exists and be fully alive in response. Challenge. It can be tempting to manipulate by withholding love, power, or money, and hard to step away when someone else is jerking those chains. Gift. Face your worst fears and step through. Feel that liberation. The trap of manipulation falls away when you don't bite the hook. So much wisdom today. So much wisdom. Be the change you want to see. Align vibrationally to what you want to attract. Be honest in your dealings, and honesty will find you. Think it's okay to tell white lies or to be deceitful. Deceit will find you. You attract what you are. That's radical self-responsibility. That light is within you. That guiding light is within you. Tune into it. Embrace it. I love you guys. I'm so grateful that you guys were here with me today. Please let me know what you think of this reading. And I will see you all tomorrow.